Hey everybody, it's Marsh Frankie here, and this is going to be my PLL Season 6, Episode 7 review and rundown. I was out of town, so I wasn't able to live tweet for the episode, but I am going to be talking about it in this video. So I have an update at the end of this video that I'm going to tell you guys about, but right now let's just get into the episode. So let's start with Hanna first. Tuition money. Yeah, so she got her own tuition money, and from this company, I don't remember the name, but for the company that actually shut down Radley, or maybe, I think it was what she said in the episode, which is really exciting because we're going to get a little bit more Radley stuff. We always get Radley. I don't know why, but it just seems like all roads, like Spencer says, all roads lead back to Radley. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of that in this episode. I think that what that will do is give her her own story arc. I think that like her mom, she didn't tell her mom the whole story, like about Radley and all that stuff that she found out. So I think that will be her own story arc. Emily's kind of has been going through her own story arc, and I think that'll kind of come to a close for like a few, maybe one or two episodes, which I'll talk about in a second. But I think Hannah's story arc is about to begin. They've all pretty much had their own stories this season, but I think the biggest one will probably have to be Emily so far with Sarah, just because that one's been so long. It's been since the first episode of Season 6 to now. Whereas Spencer's drug story just came up a few episodes ago. Aria's doll phase has come up a little episodes ago. And now this one Hannah's one has just started this episode. So I feel like it'll progress on, and she'll get her own big story arc. It seems like that's the big one. I don't think Aria's doll thing is that big of a thing anymore. Her photo thing, that will be a big one. But like specifically the doll thing won't be a big one. Spencer's drug story might still be a big one, but you know. But I feel like Hannah's is going to start getting bigger. Maybe, or Spencer's. Either one of those could be a huge story arc for both of those characters. But Hanna specifically, where we're talking about her right now, I feel like that'll be really cool. A story that, you know, will be really cool to see with her mom as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Hanna right now. Alright, let's go into Emily, because her story arc is huge. This story arc, I feel like, is one of my all-time favorites this season, just because of like the new kid, like Sarah's character. I've loved Sarah so much over this episode, over this season, that it's just really getting good. So let's talk about it. So they're shipping them together, Sarah and Emily. I pretty much called it. You know, usually when Emily meets a new person that she's never met before, she's gonna fall in love with that girl. You know, so it's basically all the time. Like, it happened with Maya, it happened with Talia, it happened with Paige, it happened with Claire Holt's character. Remember, Claire Holt played, can't remember her name. Remember the time that Claire Holt was on Season 1 or 2, and she played a character that Emily kind of dated for a little bit? I don't know. I don't remember her name. But yeah, that happened too, so I feel like, dramatic pause for a second there, but I feel like that will happen. I feel like it'll get really cool. So let's talk about it. So Sarah, her friend, has came back. If you guys, I don't remember her name, but what's her butt, came back and said that she wanted Sarah to move in with her, so naturally it happened. So it's gonna be happening, but they're gonna try to make their relationship work, I guess, maybe, hopefully, something, maybe. So yeah, it's just gonna, I think that her moving into her other friend's house will put this story to a close for now, so we can focus on a different story arc, because this story arc has been so huge that I feel like they're gonna close it up for now. They'll still have Sarah on the show, except that she'll be at this house way far away, so I feel like it'll be a little bit different. I feel like that story arc won't be as huge anymore. They'll still continue it, but I feel like the story arc specifically with her in the house with Emily won't be that big anymore. So yeah. Alright, so let's do Aria. I want to save Spencer for last, just because that's one I'm going to save. With Aria, her doll face is closed. We're not going to see any more of that. Thank goodness. She has, I don't know, it seems like really weirdly that she always had this thing for dolls rather than A. Like, if you guys know the pig doll, if you guys seen the pig doll, that has been her in her room. The basement has a bunch of creepy dolls in it, and that one episode with Byron, if you guys remember that one, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking. It was with Byron, and it was in Meredith. And that episode, you guys remember, if you guys know what I'm talking about, there was dolls in the basement. So yeah, you get that one. So I feel like she's always had this thing with dolls, but she's actually realized that it's kind of crazy and kind of weird, so she's gonna stay away from it. Even at Mona's house, she was just twisting the doll's head away. So I feel like she's gonna I feel like that will be a little, I feel like her doll face is coming to a close. Yeah. Actually, before we talk about Spencer, let's talk about Mike and Mona, or should I say, Moke. I guess that is their ship name, Moke, because I can't think of anything else. Mycona. So yeah, they're gonna try to make the relationship work. I was glad to see Mona back and Mike and Mona back in this episode. My nose is itching. It was really cool to see them back in this episode. So yeah, that was really fun too. Jason, of course, all that stuff going around. Anything else? Allison's gonna having her little thing with her dad, which I don't like. I don't like her dad, to be honest. There are some moments where I like him, and there are some moments when I hate him. I'm sorry, but he's just one of those characters that's never an in-between. It's just always this or this. So yeah, that's basically all that. So let's talk about Spencer. Her drug story is, I don't like, I mean, this episode was really interesting because Toby ended up taking the drugs, which is kind of hilarious. It was actually sad at the end, but it was kind of funny when he just started eating the drugs. I was like, you're eating the drug candy! But it was really funny because that happened, and oh wow, the sunlight just got weird. But that was kind of funny to just see that. But also to see, I definitely think they should cut the cord. Toby, Spencer, over. Spoby's gone. I feel like it should be over by now. I feel like there's been three amazing guys that have been introduced. Remember it was Melissa and Ren's friend. Remember him in London? You guys remember him? And there was also the painter guy. I don't remember his name, but the painter guy who got with the murals and stuff, him. And then there's what's his butt with the drugs, who's a drug helper, Dean. There was Dean, the painter guy, I don't remember his name. And then there was also the London weird guy who likes Shakespeare and whatever. But I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so there's like all these people that are being introduced in Spencer's life, and she's like just throwing them away like paper towels. It's like, what the heck? So, it's like, what the butt? I don't know what's going on with any of these characters. So we should bring back at least maybe the painter guy, because he's like, I think the only one left that can be coming back to Rosewood. And, well, no, actually Dean. Dean's actually already in Rosewood. So I kind of liked Dean. We got a taste from each one of them. So I feel like we should get back with some of those characters and maybe dabble a little bit with Spencer. But, okay, so talking about, Charles, we got through this whole Charles thing. They took out their microchips. They went and Charles escaped. And again, which is kind of crazy. I feel like in the mid-season finale they'll probably catch him. I want to see some one-on-one with Charles without the hood, and actually see what he looks like, and actually talk with him in the show. I want Jason to talk with him one-on-one. I want Allison to talk with him one-on-one. I just want him with his face and actually see what happens. I want to see it. So that'll probably happen in the mid-season finale, if not later on, maybe in season 7. I don't know, but that'll happen. So hopefully. He escaped and left us with a cutscene opening that picture. You guys saw that. So, naturally, this episode was really great. It was a huge episode. It was really cool, but it was also a huge episode. Comment down below what you guys thought of the episode and your theories for Twilight Dentist. I always said that wrong. Links up there. Links in there. You guys know what to do. Update. I'm doing a Mighty Med Lab Rats. They're having a crossover tonight. I'm live tweeting for it on Disney XD, and I'm going to be doing a review tomorrow along with the Villain Thursdays, so you guys know all the updates. Here are Fridays, all that junk. You guys know what's coming up this week, and I will see you later. Alright, bye-bye.